And now it's time for
Church for Dummies.
Church for Dummies.
I love that.
You always say that, and it always surprises me.
Why?
I find it so funny. Maybe it will continue. Billy Chan, once again, or I should say still here, with a great Easter. Do we have an Easter question today?
It is an Easter question because, last Sunday, I'm sorry. I always say Saturday.
Yes.
The Palm Sunday.
Yes.
We have a really long gospel, right?
Yes, and it was Matthew, the longest one. Yes,
the longest one. And when I'm thinking about how can I prepare this segment.
So you weren't paying attention to the gospel.
I was, but
okay.
It's very long. So
yes,
I'm a human, right?
Yes, yes.
When I read about on the third day he rose again.
Yes.
On the third day he rose again. I'm thinking about 3. And I'm trying to, it actually, yes, you're right. I'm not paying a lot of attention in Mass. But when I think about 3, I'm starting to calculate Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But Friday,
okay, yeah,
by 3 o'clock,
yeah.
So it's not exactly 72 hours.
Yes.
So I'm thinking about, is it right?
Yeah.
Is it true? But when I think about 3, it's a very special number as well.
Yes, it is biblical.
You know what? Let's talk about that 3. Third day he rose again first. Is it possible?
Can I just say something?
Yes.
Well, no. Okay. No. Hold on a second. Because
okay.
You're not. Instead of paying attention to mass, you're paying attention to math. So there you go, Billy the mathematician.
No, I study math. That's why
yes.
when you come across the number, I will just trying to think.
Right.
Yeah. So 3.
Well, three, as you know, it's a biblical. A biblical number. I think there are 4. I don't know if they're perfect numerals, but 3, 7, 10, and 12. And I know 40 is also in there, but I don't know why. I mean, I've always heard that there are 4 that's kind of spiritually perfect numbers. Mm-hmm. And 3 is the first one, of course. The 3 symbolizes completeness, so something that's complete.
So like Holy Trinity?
Like the Holy Trinity is 3. Even when you think of, as a writer, a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's a complete story. It's 3. And I'm sure that, you're the mathematician. So even in math, I think 3 is...
Yes, the reason I love math is because of 3.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, when I was in high school, if I still remember, we were studying in geometry.
Okay.
About a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. I don't know if you remember that. It's called Pythagoras theorem. In the right angle triangle.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to go through that. It will take me 2 hours to talk about that. But this, because of that, is so perfect.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get a formula that's short, beautiful. That's I always say math is so beautiful. Yeah,
it is.
And 3, in real life, it's not only in math. In real life, 3 is. It means if you look at structure, triangle is always support. It's a support of a building.
Right. It's the strongest.
When we build, strongest structure that we can have.
A triangle, like a pyramid.
Yeah. So, why I'm talking about that? But we're talking about 3. Right?
I know you're right. In fact, I actually looked it up. It's so easy to find things up now because everything's on the internet.
Yeah.
The number 3 is used in the Bible 467 times.
Did you count it? Is it
no,
true?
I didn't count it, but I started thinking about it, and of course, we hear 3. So the fathers of the Jewish people: Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. So it's 3. Noah had 3 sons. There are 3 festivals that God tells the Jewish people. That they must come and meet God: the feast, Passover, Pentecost, and the Feast of Booths. So it's 3 festivals. Even Abraham, it's on the 3rd day when he takes his son Isaac. It's on the 3rd day that he's ready to
go to the mountain
to get to Mount Moriah to sacrifice Isaac. Jonah being on the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. But then I found some other really interesting ones that I've never even thought about. Mary visited Elizabeth. Do you know how long she stayed there?
3 months.
For 3 months.
Yeah, you're right.
The wise men brought how many gifts?
3.
3 gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
And 3 wise men.
And yes, but the Bible doesn't say there are 3 wise men. We just know there's 3 gifts.
Wow.
Yeah, but because
it's
there's
another
3
question
gifts.
then.
Another question. 3 gifts. Jesus, when he was 12 years old, he was lost in Jerusalem for how many
3 days?
3 days.
Yeah.
Jesus went into the desert, and how many temptations were there?
3.
3 temptations. Jesus prayed how many times in the Garden of Gethsemane?
3?
3 times, yeah. He goes 3 times to the disciples and tells them, "Why are you asleep?" Peter denies Jesus how many times?
3 times.
And how many times does he confess, I love you? You know, I love you.
Oh, yes, you're right. 3 times.
3 times.
Gospel of John.
And then this totally is like freaks me out because Jesus, and this is, I actually looked it up in the Gospel of Mark. It actually says that Jesus was crucified at 9 a.m, which is the 3rd hour. And then 3 hours later, darkness fell over the land. That's around noon. It's the 6th hour. And at 3 p.m., which is the 9th hour, is when he died. And that's pretty consistent in, I think, 3 of the Gospels. So how cool is that? And one last one, just because, I don't know, because I looked it up and I thought it was cool. And because you like numbers.
Yeah.
There are 27 books in the New Testament. 27 is
3 times 3 times 3.
Isn't that cool? So that's like perfection of perfection of perfection.
Wow.
So there you go.
But can you answer my question?
Yes. You want to talk about the resurrection, right?
Yes. On the 3rd day, he rose again.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
No, you're right. When I think about
knows.
that, you know, if it's really the 3rd day, maybe the 2nd day, the half day, he already opened the eyes.
Yeah. No, but I mean, clearly Jesus, it's not like, I think that had Jesus gotten it wrong, it would be, you know, but all the Gospels refer to, you know, either Jesus saying, and he said it a few times according to different Gospels, on, you know, that the Son of Man is going to die or be killed and on the 3rd day be raised. And in the Gospel of John, he says, you know, I will destroy this temple and build it up in 3 days. On the way to Emmaus, when Jesus, after the resurrection, and he's walking with the disciples on the way to Emmaus, and he tells them, when he says, you fools, you slow of heart, and he says, didn't you remember that he said that the Son of Man would be killed and on the 3rd day be raised again?
Oh,
and even,
he said it.
And even, he did. And even after, in the Gospel of Matthew, after Jesus is killed, the Pharisees go to Pilate and they say, he said that he was going to rise on the 3rd day, so that we need to put guards on the tomb. So even the people who, like, they actually were paying attention to the fact that he said this. So I think we are pretty sure that it was on the 3rd day.
Okay.
I don't know if that means that it was after 3 days, and I think that that's the distinction, and that's the question you're asking, right?
Yes. So we should not actually think about, like, you know, 72 hours exactly.
Well, exactly.
You know,
no, it's not.
Nobody knows, actually.
No, well, nobody knows, but we're pretty sure because 4 of the Gospels say that it was the preparation day for the Sabbath when Jesus died.
So it's Sunday.
Which is no. The Sabbath is the Saturday.
Oh.
So the preparation day for the Sabbath is Friday. So that's why we believe that Jesus died on a Friday, because it was the preparation day for the Sabbath, which is why they didn't leave the bodies on the cross, and why he had to be buried that same day, because they could not have buried him on the Sabbath. So that's where the idea that he died on Friday comes from, and then the fact that that it was Sunday is because in the Gospel of Matthew it says after the Sabbath, as the first day of the week began to dawn, the first day of the week is the Sunday, the day after the Sabbath, that's when Mary Magdalene and the other women went to the tomb. So that's where we get, he died on Friday, and he was discovered that the tomb was opened on Sunday. So, I mean, it really depends on how you count those 3 days.
Yeah.
It's not that it happened in 3 days. I think that we believe that it was, you know, he died on Friday, that's day 1. Saturday is day 2. And then Sunday is day 3.
That's good. So it actually brings us a message saying that, you know, 3 is also completeness, is a complete of the whole, like, you know, mystery, right? You know,
yes.
The resurrection of Jesus is, you know, is our, like, the most important thing for our faith.
Yes, it is.
So it's completed.
Yes. So, wow. And you just made me think, what does Jesus say just before he dies? He says, it is finished, or it is completed.
Oh, yeah.
So number 3 is the number of the resurrection. It's the number because it's finalized. It's complete, I think. I don't know. Maybe our listeners know. Maybe they can write to us.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you, Billy. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.